see. That's kind of odd. It's giving me a green light, so it says I'm on.
I don't see it.
Huh?
I
You don't?
see it.
That's what it says. There it is. It's up. Are you there?
Yeah, I see it.
You see it now?
Yeah.
All right, you got your headset on?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
see it.
Can you hear me?
So,
Yes, no?
no.
You can't hear me?
Where's the feet?
What? Yeah.
Yes, I hear you.
You hear me now? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is, so Excel Mail is located at excelmail.com, and you can just log in. But what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go to the back end of, it's the same, but this is for the company because I already have list in there and everything else. So I'm just going to do that this way. Now, when you first get on to Excel Mail, you will come to your dashboard. So your dashboard has all kinds of different metrics on it and things like that, depending on your campaigns and stuff that you're running. So also your list, your subscribers, the top countries by opens, your different open logs of your different campaign that you want. And this is like, this one is the Marble Museum. So you can change that on what campaign that you're looking at. So this will change to, whatever campaign that you're running. You can always change that, and your metrics will, of course, change according. So when you come down here, just understand that these metrics are whatever campaign that you're viewing. So you can always change that, and you'll be able to see your open log and your click logs, your performance, the top country by opens, your countries, your list growth, and your activity log. So the first thing that you want to do whenever you come in any email marketing application like this is you're going to want to first either do a sending domain or a sending identity. So sending domain is, and you must have backend access to actually, so you can, there's going to be things like, for instance, let's go with this one because this one hasn't been done yet. We can verify it and see if it verifies. Okay, so everything verified. But what you're going to have to do is you'll have to go into your, whatever you're using to host your domain, right? So ours, of course, is DigitalOcean. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in there and show you how that is on DigitalOcean. Now, this is going to be different on whatever domain or DNS that you have. So this one, if we go down to networking, we've got our different domains that we host here and that we can edit. So for instance, let's see, we're doing bytebid.com here, right? In this, I want to be able to use the software, Excel Mail, to send on this domain. So what I do is I find the domain ByteVid. It's right here. And what this is asking me to do is it's asking me to do a text record here, right? So our sending server, our SMTP, is actually Amazon. So we run through Amazon. So they're going to want you to put these text records, and you can see that I've already done mine. And once you do that, like go to the text record, you would just enter the host and then the actual text record right here. So the value, so the host name and then the value. And then you have a CNAME. So you would just go to CNAME and you would do the host name and then the alias, right? So that would be here, and then the value would go there. So once that's done, right, you would then verify just like I did. Now, sometimes it takes a little while because it has to propagate through the system. So you might have to wait a little bit, like I had to on these. So if we come back here, like you can see that ByteVid music is not active. So whenever I do that, it should verify now, all of it. I had to wait because it wasn't doing that. See, they're all verified now. So I'm able to verify these. Now, once they're verified, now you can send on those domains. So it doesn't matter what the email is. So when you do a domain like this, like for instance, bytevidpixel.com, now I'm going to be able to do mass emails, or email marketing campaigns on ByteVid Pixel. Same way with ByteVid Whisper. I'm going to go ahead and verify that and see if that comes up. And they did. That's good. So if they're not verifying, you're just going to have to wait until it propagates. And that can take up to, 24 to 48 hours. It depends on the server propagation. So they all should go. Nope. This one, I probably didn't enter that record. Yeah, it's ByteVid Flame. I'm not really too concerned about that. But anyways, so that's how we do a domain. So that's the very first thing that you want to do anytime you come into an email marketing platform like this, right? That's the very first thing that you want to do. The other one is, so let's say you didn't have access to this. Let's say you didn't have access to your domains, right? So for whatever reason. So what you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to do a sending identity. And when you do a sending identity, excuse me, it's just the email address. So whenever you do a new sender, so if you wanted to do a particular email, right, then you just type the name and the email. And then once you save that, it's going to send you an email. And then all you have to do is verify it like anything. Like, so whenever you go to log in, they'll have a verification so they know that that email is right. And then once you do that, you're set up to send. So that's how you do the sending domains and the sending identity. Okay. Blacklists are for emails that are blacklisted. So you can actually import these blacklisted emails. So meaning that they're emails that's not going to be, they're not usable. So they're not able to send to or anything. And you want to make sure that you are managing your blacklist because, we have a lot of spam. So like Spamhaus and all those that are anti-spam initiatives, it's very important that you manage your emails that you're sending to properly, or you can actually get, put on that spam list. You want to make sure that your emails are going into the spam or the inbox instead of the spam folder. And some will block you completely. So if you're having bad sending habits, or you're not correctly sending, they can actually block your domain completely. And you would have to go and find those things. But most of the time, though, as long as you're like with the sending SMTP that's very popular, like Amazon, we are, they kind of do that for you. So they make sure that you're getting in the inbox and you're not put on the spam list. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to manage lists. Okay. So the list is where all your emails that you collect are going to go. Now there's different ways you can collect them. You can, of course, purchase them from like a company that sells emails, and you know their contacts or leads, they say. So it's leads. But I'm not saying that that's bad to do or good to do. A lot of times, you know, if you get a good list that is for your target market, that's the thing that you want to do. You want to make sure that you know your target market. And whenever I talk about a target market, it's going to be, you know, not just the people that are interested necessarily in your product as far as like what the product is. For instance, we sell AI platforms. Okay. So if I'm marketing AI platforms, of course, I'm going to want to market to people that are interested in AI, right? That, you know, don't have negative feelings about AI, right? So, but at the same time, I'm also going to look at, you know, different demographics like age, you know, that's a big one. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get down to your market, your target market, on what age it is, the more you know about your market, your target market, the better it's going to be. So you're going to be able to campaign to those people the best. You know, you don't want to be sending emails to people that aren't interested. They're just going to unsubscribe and they're going to, you know, could possibly blacklist you and things like that. So you want to try to, you know, get the emails to the people that actually are going to be interested. And that starts off with a list. So the other way that you can actually, actually manage list or have a list. For instance, let's go with this ByteVid Social. You can create a new list if we do that. It just the information, we'll just go through that really quick. So we'll just go back to list here, and then I'll just create a new list to just kind of show you. I'm not going to create one, but you would just put the name here, the from email, the default from name, and then you just fill out your information. And here you can, you know, when they double opt in, which you just send a subscription confirmation here, you can click on that, and then unsubscribe notification, you click that, so when they unsubscribe, and then a welcome email, so you can click that and you can turn that on, and that is for the whole list. So that would basically be the overall settings of the list. So once you go into an actual list, which we're going to pull up one here, this one right here is good. It's only got 3 subscribers. So from left to right, we're just going to talk about this. So here's the overview of the list, of course. Some more performance. It's just the list, not the campaign. Not like we saw in the front. Now, when there was a part there about list in the front, and that's fine, right? So now we go to settings. So our settings is going to be exactly what I just showed you. So there it is filled out, right? So then your subscribers, here is your subscribers. Of course, you can add a new subscriber. You can also upload, you can import subscriber fields, things like that. So that's how we get information in here. But we're also going to talk about, so here's the import. So when you import a list, you can import a CSV file, and you can download a sample to see the different fields and stuff. I can go ahead and do that. So we'll just open that up. And there it is right there. So it's email, first name, and last name is what you're collecting. So you can import that, and that will be imported. So a lot of other sites will have those fields that you can import in here. All right. And then of course you can export your list too. And then we go into segments. Now, we're not going to talk about segments quite yet because I know it goes from left to right, but I want to do manage fields before I talk about segments, because segments you'll be able to understand them a lot better when I talk about the manage list fields. Excuse me. So forms and pages. So if you wanted to embed a form on your website, this is where you would go. And this will actually, when people fill this out, it will actually go to this list. So when they hit subscribe, it's going to actually go to the list. So you can just, if you have access to your website and the code in behind, you can always copy this right here. And that will actually go to let's see here, we'll just open this up really quick. I thought I had a file, but I don't, so I'm just going to, we'll just open up a folder here. We'll open that one. That's fine. All right, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add a new file, and we'll just call this test, and we'll just make it a txt. There we go. So now we just paste that, and then there is the I should have a beautify, but I guess I don't here. I probably should have put that as a, yeah, I should have probably put that as a XML or a HTML. Yeah, see, I can't format that. But anyways, that's the information that you would put up in your website. Okay. And that would actually get this form here, right? So you can also enable terms and conditions right here. So you can put that in there. So whenever they click that terms and conditions, you can do that. So if they're, signing up for something that you want to do and you want to collect their emails, that's fine. Also, show invisible fields. We'll have to get to the fields here in a minute. So the other one is the sign up form. So the sign up form actually is here on Excel, the Excel mail. So, and of course this is a problem with our AI right now, so we're fixing that. But anyways, we'll open that link so you can send people to this link here, and they can fill it up. They can fill it out right here, right? So that's another way of getting their emails. So one is, of course, an embedded form, which is going on your website, or you can just link it to this one, and that's it there. So this is the sign up thank you. This is what it's going to look like, and you can edit that. That's the email that they're going to send to you, or that you're going to send to them when they sign up. So you're going to thank them. This is a confirmation email. They're wanting to do that too. So there you go there. And the confirmation thank you, the final welcome email, and then your unsubscribe form. So this is your unsubscribe form. So you can always, maybe, I don't know, do a, ask them questions or something like that. Whatever you want to do there on why they're unsubscribing. And then your success page, and then your goodbye email. And this is the update profile email. So when they want to if they want, or like you want to add you want to get some more information or something like that, they can update it. Things like that. And then your profile. So that's forms and pages that you can have that helps you collect emails. The other one is the manage list fields. So you can collect different information, and this will be on the form. So for instance, let's do just a text field, and we're going to call this just a test. We'll just say, we'll just capitalize that, right? And you can say if it's required or not, and if it's visible, and you want to also do that. too. So that will be in your email, which we'll show you later. And then you can fill out the default value. So once you save those changes, now you can go back to your form here, your sign up form, and you can actually see that is there. So there it is right there. So that information there. So now that we have that test, right, that managed field, now we're going to be able to do segment. But before we do that, I want to also just finish up here with email verification. Email verification is important because we want to make sure that the emails that we're sending out to isn't going to bounce, right? So you bounce too many bounces is going to go against your list performance. So you want to make sure that your lists are performing well. So you want to make sure that you send a verification process. You want to verify the emails, so you can send them a verification just to make sure that they're verified. It's good to do that before they get in your list. But if you're like importing a list and you don't know for sure if all the emails are verified, this is how you do it right there. Okay. So so then we go, and then plus lists get old. There's lists that we've had in the past that's it's been 3 or 4 years old. So you want to make sure that you're always verifying because people's emails change, things like that. All right. So let's go back to segments. So when we add a segment, what that's going to do is, so we can say this is a test segment, right? And we want to say that how to combine the conditions. We're going to say all, and we're going to add a condition. So we're going to say that test equals or contains or starts with whatever, but we're going to say equals no. So we'll just say no. All right. Say it was a question that you had, whatever, you want to collect them. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And I'll show you how we use segments to help our campaigns, basically, right? So let's say that was a question of, I don't know, do you sow, I guess, right? So, and then it's a yes or no. Now we could have made this a drop-down list because we do have that right here, a drop-down. And then all you would do is have the values here, and you can add more values as you go. But we just went ahead and put that. So in our subscribers, we're going to just view all really quick. And we're going to see that field that we have that we can fill out for everybody, right? So we're going to say this particular one, we're going to say no to that one, right? And then we're going to go here and we're going to say this one is yes. And then we're going to add one more, that's no. So there's only 3 people in here in this list. So it's not a really big list, but you'll still get the gist of it. You have any questions or anything like that so far, Miriam?
I'm listening to it. It's
Do
a delay.
you have any questions though?
Yeah.
I know. Okay. All right. So we're going to save that. Now what we're going to do is, since we have our list and we collected our emails, things like that, now you're going to want to start campaigning, right? So you come over here to a campaign, and we're actually going to create a new campaign. And of course, we're just going to call this, so it's going to be a regular campaign, and we're going to call it test campaign. But so the one that we're going to do, I believe it was the ByteVid social. There it is. All right. So we can now segment this. So we can say test, it's only got 1 subscriber, right? And that would be the one that is answer no, right? or yes. I think it's yes or something, or equals no. I think it was no. Yeah. So that's one subscriber in there. So anybody who answered no or yes or whatever it was that I had said, then we can always send on that particular segment. So that helps you, you know, because if, somebody, let's say you ask a question about, whether they like some product of yours, and some people say no, you don't want to send them emails about that product or whatever. So that can, of course, get your subscribers annoyed, and then they'll start unsubscribing. So you don't want to do that. So the next thing is we're going to go ahead and save and next. And then here you're going to title it. We do have the generator where you can email subject. It's pretty good. So it's AI. So you just tell it a little bit about what you want. And we are going to have we're working on it right now. It's basically a spam where you get a spam score. So we're implementing that now. So it will not only just check your email subject line for whether it's kind of spammy or not. It'll give you a score and it'll give you recommendations or whatnot, but also it's going to check your whole email. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just say test, since we're going to go ahead and go through this, and we'll just say that this is a test. So that's probably not going to give me a good score, but whatever. So now see, all these I can send on now, but I'm just going to go ahead and send on mine. So here we want to track the opens. So if anybody opens it, of course, it's going to tell you. You want to definitely do that. Also clicks. Clicks is if your email contains links. It'll tell you which link was clicked. And then your DKIM signature, you want to definitely have that on, because that's part of the anti-spam initiative. So that helps the server check to make sure that it's coming from the right one. If you had a lot of emails, you want to skip failed messages just in case some of the emails fail. We'll turn that on, but for right now we're not going to. We only have 3, and we're not actually going to send this out. But the next one is templates. So you're going to create from existing, or you can upload one yourself. We're going to go ahead and create from existing. And we're going to just choose blank for right now. So once you do that, we can go to the classic builder, or we can go to the pro, and we're going to choose pro. So inside here now you can start designing your email. So we can do these that are already put for us. So like an intro will automatically put that information. We can also, drag an image up here, and we can, go and get that image, whatever it is. So this looks good. So let's say that I wanted to do Excel post. That's probably not good, because I'm going to change that image, because that was on the white. So we want to do the black. So there we go. And there it is. All right. So then you can also use AI here. So you can actually generate the content. Just tell what you want it to write, and it will actually write for you and all that stuff. So we want to definitely, the things as far as designing, I'm not going to do the design right now, but I will do a live stream or a video later showing you how to best design emails. Just know this, that what I found out that is a lot better is, once you get a design, you want to save that as a template, and then just always use that. So you don't want to change your emails that much, because people get used to a certain format from you, and they tend to like that a lot better. And so once you get a design that is good for whatever, like a newsletter or whatever you want, that would be definitely, you want to keep that. You also have social links. So we can do that. We can also send a YouTube video there. So you can click there and just type the link, and that's it. So that's a guy drinking something. He's passed out. I think that's that guy that always. But anyways, that's just crazy. So those are the kind of things that you can do. We're also going to be putting things in here that are going to come from our other platforms, like our AI platform. If you have content, you'll be able to put in here. Also, when we get NV Shops up, we'll have where, you know, your sales and stuff like that will be in there, like a products list and a product right up here. So for e-commerce, so that will hook directly to it. So when you change your products, it will actually change in this email designer here. All right. So anyways, once you're done there, you can save and close, and you can also preview and all that stuff. I didn't do that on this one, but the next thing, you can add attachments if you have. Just understand that, attachments going mass is, takes a little bit longer for the server to process them, but it's up to you. So you can attach that. You also have a pre-header. So it's just a single line of text that appears after the subject line in the email inbox. So you can have these pre-headers, just gives a short summary of the contents of the email. So you can add a pre-header. All right. So then we go next, and you can either send immediately or send at a specific date and time. And we're going to say send immediately. It's not actually going to send right yet until you actually hit it. Now you can do a preview as, and this, you can preview as these people just to make sure that if you used a name or anything like that, which I'll show you in the email design tutorial, but right now this is the last one here, and then you can preview, and you can also send out a test mail. And then once you hit done, it's going to go and it's going to start sending, because it's sent automatically. Now if you were scheduled, of course it'll send off the schedule. So hopefully that is good for everybody. I hope that kind of helped out a little bit on your questions that you had about the different ways that we use this email marketing platform called Excel Mail. The other thing that we want to go is we'll talk about automations in another lesson. We don't want to go too much on templates. We'll do that. We already talked about our sending, and then we'll have to have a tutorial on integrations when you add your website and manage the connections. And that's really helpful, the integrations, when you do your forms. So that is pretty much